My name is David Ackerman. I serve as the conference minister of the Penn West Conference of the United Church of Christ. Our conference has 102 churches in Western Maryland and Western Pennsylvania. I grew up here in Westmoreland County, and even though I've been away when I went to school, I've been a resident here my whole life. In the United Church of Christ, we strive to be a multiracial, multicultural church, open and accessible to all. Unconscious bias means to me a bias. And the fact that it is unconscious signifies that it is out of our awareness. One of the things, and it's I think a spiritual and an emotional and relational challenge, is to become more aware of ourselves, more aware of biases against people who are quote-unquote different from us. We need to be aware of those biases, I think, if we are going to be effective in terms of, especially speaking from someone in ministry, in terms of reaching out in ministry to culturally diverse populations. The more self-aware that we are, the better we are able to relate to others, and the more effective work we do. To unpack the language of open and affirming is a designation that is given to churches that are open and affirming of LGBTQ persons. We are open to that space of welcome, that space of affirmation, that we are stronger and that we are better as a church and as a community. And so it is a position that I support and I encourage. My dream, my vision of the church is that it is this place of great diversity. The church is not a community of like-minded people. It is precisely a group of unlike-minded people who come together to practice the Christian discipline of loving one another. And that includes loving people who are radically different than us. And in fact, it is especially for including people who are very different from us. In the story of the Good Samaritan in the Gospel of Luke, the person who is being beaten by robbers does not ask the Samaritan, the one who is the outcast, well, are you a Samaritan? Are you gay or lesbian? Are you African American? Are you Muslim? Are you Jewish? No. They receive the help and the care from this person who opens his heart to this person who has been beaten by robbers. That is the kind of community that I envision and I hope and pray that the church will live into. A church that helps one another, that loves one another, that cares for one another, that transcends that place of bias and moves into a place of acceptance, love, grace, and care.